Hi there everyone, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we are in the SD70Ace by Victorville games. This, of course, is another one of the trains that came in the loco pack. Sorry about that, the SD. That came in the loco pack with the same, turn that engine audio down a little, the same audio loco pack, well, release I guess, that the Class 37 came in. I thought we could do the rest of Cajon Pass today. So we're basically going to descend down, well, we are about 2/3 of the way up the side of the Cajon Pass. We get to the summit, and then go down the other side. I'm going to rag it, get us up to 35, which, well, actually, I know where we need to be at 35, so yeah, we'll see. There you go, there's 45, well 43. So we're going to take idle throttle now. That road bridge there, that you see coming in, just loading in, that is where we need to be at 35. So I'm just going to coast it for now. And we'll, sorry, yeah, and I'm going to put a jab of, well actually, we've been coasting for more than 10 seconds. Let's use our rheostatic brake. So here, the engine spools up as it basically just helps us slow down. The great thing is, when you slap my shit into idle like that, the brake falls away almost instantly. And it makes that really cool sound. So yeah, you can see we're leading. The front half of the train are basically all SD70s. I do have a mod in that gives us slightly more power, because I was finding I was struggling to get up here. Sorry, I'm gonna focus on you guys today. I've just noticed that. So I do have a mod in, which is the enhancement pack for the SD70. Wow. Right there is the 45 post. However, the back of our train hasn't even entered the 35 limit yet. So yeah, just goes to show like how big this thing is. Right, so yeah, anyway, like I say, well, we're basically climbing up a hill here. We'll actually rag it a bit. So like I say, because there's more engines on this than there should be, it'll perform quite well. I'll turn my screens up a bit here. It's one of my points of feedback, and I think this is because it's the TSW3 train basically. Oh, I'm bucking it a little bit there, so I'm going to ease off the throttle. Just use jab of independent brake just to arrest that momentum basically. It's rather a cool view looking back, isn't it? I mean, you can see we've got a rather excessive amount of engines on the front of this, and 3 on the back as well. But no, it's a. I mean, it's loaded auto racks, so we'll just pretend some of them aren't cut in. Yeah, some of them are just being dragged for maintenance. I love it. A bit of, like a bit of snaking like that. That is cool. Now, basically, we're now in a 45, so I'm just going to rag it full power. Right, yeah, so 45 now. I'm going to make sure I got my notes out, which I didn't, because I'm brave. Correction, it's a 40 actually, which is good to remind myself of. Well, actually, it's a 45 passing the junction where this connects back on. Oh. Right, we'll go up to 45 now. Yeah, I've let the speed drop off far too much there. I do find these... I'm going to get rid of that because I'm getting distracted. And look how long this train is. Bear in mind, the end of it is just coming off that first curve. It's absolutely crazy to me how long these are. Yeah, so basically we now just start accelerating. Because you get into some straighter tracks. So to show you the map, we started off up here. We run down here. And then it gets really squiggly down there. This is the most challenging part. And then, so you got the squiggly bit, and then it straightens out again. And then you run into Barstow Yard. Or actually no, the American Tough Freight Yards. I'm just double checking them, making sure. I know what you guys get like. Gotta make sure I get my titles right. Barstow Yard. Barstow. It's Barstow. No, it's Barstow. It's English, thanks. I will tell you how to speak it. You don't have to think about that. Don't worry, little Americans. This is 45-mile-an-hour track and we're super elevated over it. I love it. Again, I love this. I like autoracks are probably my favourite wagons. I think it's also quite fitting because the first part of this was done with autoracks, just in the ES44. Now obviously we're doing it in the SD70. So yeah. Right, 45 and then need to hold speed there. So what I'll do is check us back to about 6 notches of power. What does that do to my acceleration gauge? Okay, 7 notches. Okay, full power. Power drops off that much, you start losing speed instantly. It's just crazy. I do, like I say, so the SD70, to me, I think it's the I think it's because it's only got the 2 windscreens, it looks a lot more sort of flat-fronted than the ES44. And I think that's why I just think it feels, to me at least, like a just an older train. I know these like 2004 to present day these are built, but still, it is the ACE we have, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get a readme up for this train. Well, not a readme, but like a ACE. So the SD70 series is a series of diesel electric locomotives produced by EMD in response to the General Electric's Dash 9. Production commenced in late 92, since then over 5,700 units have been built. So just need to make sure we don't speed. For doing a speed would be bad. I mean here, once we get hot sort of a bit ways down this loop, we can actually go up to 50. Yes, so and then since the 5,700 units were built, most of the SD70M and Mac models, while the production was ordered for use in North America, various models of the series have been adapted worldwide. All locomotives of this series are hood units with CC trucks, what in the UK we call Cocos. I would show you, but he's in the way. You can see 1, 2, 3 axles per bogie. Coco. Let's focus on the SD70Ace. So the SD70Ace was the successor to the SD70 Mac, with design changes to comply with emission standards. The engine fires with 15% lower internal pressure to improve emissions, and features fewer internal components in the inverter. The SD70Ace is equipped with EMD's 16710 G3C T2 prime mover, rated at 4,300 brake horsepower. Later Tier 3 models are rated at 4,500 brake and have a thermal efficiency of almost 36%. No idea what that is, but it sounds important. Actually, I'd say 55 there, isn't it, for us? Yep, 55, my apologies, so didn't need to move the throttle there. Yes, early models featured a bad cab design which was first noticed on CSX as crews reported annoying disturbances such as prime mover noises, traction motors and more. The cab was known for rattling, leading to the nicknames Thundercabs. Thundercab. No. Okay, I'll stop. In 2012, EMD also built 4 models known as the SD70Ace P6. These units, unlike the SD70 Aces, have 1 inverter per axle on the trucks rather than EMD's traditional 1 inverter per truck design. 4 of them, yada yada. BNSF took delivery of 20 SD70Ace P4s, which is not the number range that we're in. This model was designed on a B1 wheel arrangement. Sorry, I'm just panicking a little bit because I'm trying to read what is a fairly complicated technical document and look out the window. In March 2016, EMD replaced the standard HT. Yeah, so basically they put new trucks on a NS unit. Union Pacific received an additional 281 SD70Aces, and they're known as SD70Aces for heavy because they're ballasted to 40, basically 200-ton units almost, 195-ton units, rather than 190 tons. In mid-2021, the Yakutia Railway received two SD70Aces, so these things run in Russia, numbered 1 and 2. They're currently in use in Yakutia, so that's sort of the far east of Russia. I wonder how long they'll be in use for before they just get shut down because there's no spares for them anymore. Thing is, this train is so long. If you actually look at it on the curves later, where you can see the full train snaking, you see the end popping out, like in and out. Yeah, this is tier 2, so this is one of the earlier units in the fleet. Still kind of fun though. Like I say, of course, looking at the trains. So the mods I always get for Train Sim World, 99% of them I think come from this page here. Ta-da! This. So I put that there like that. This is the mod page on here, and this is the mod here by Space. It was actually 4 days ago, so you see you get quite a bit of sort of regular stuff added. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, turn my display capture back off, so that way I can have the internet up. But yeah, so that mod, like I say, I strongly recommend getting it. What it does is it renumbers all the locos in the 8400 range. Added isolation around the cab. I'm presuming that's like sound insulation. Additionally, front headlight model and re-added the cab light blanking plate. Added a non-functional PTC screen. Moved lights around so that the nose no longer glows. It also, with the this train, I've got a sound mod in which I'll find and link as well. And I'm also using obviously Cajon Pass overloading, which is also by Space. Simply put, this mod adds extra locomotives onto existing services, in some cases up to 5 more locos. This will make trains on Cajon Pass able to climb the route at a speed closer to the speed limit. What isn't strictly required as the trains can go over the pass under normal timetable, this mod will make timetable services able to complete in a much shorter time space, so it's cutting an hour off a service from the base game. Wow. And we are a bit quick, so what I'll do is chop through idling. You're not really supposed to brake using independent when you've got a train on the back, but for small manoeuvres like that, it's brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bail off. Oh, there you have it. And it's a 50 on this curve. So actually, I'm going to put a jab of train brake on, and then equalise that. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches of power. So yeah, this is the curve where we get brakes to 50. Yeah, so yeah, no, like I said, I do enjoy running American trains, to be fair. Like, they are fun little things to play about with. So you can see, that is basically where you can see us sneaking up here, and the summit's behind there somewhere. So I need to, looking at this, obviously we're starting at 4.1 miles per minute, so, ow, that really hurt actually. So 4.1 miles a minute, so about notch 6 tends to hold power on this thing. Hold speed, so let's monitor that. So you can see our tractor effort falls away. Going to go idle to let the speed wash off back to 50. And see the tractor effort falls away, and then gravity takes over and starts slowing us down. And then I go back into notch 6 of power, so rev the engines up. Notch 7, so notch 6 is still losing us some speed, but we'll go notch 7. See, it's a 50 limit for passenger, 50 for freight. Going past that point. And then we'll go back to notch 6 to hold us. See, it does take a while for the throttles to spool, the powers to come off. But we should be fine though. Not so fine. 51 I'm not bothered about. See, I like to cover the American stuff every now and again. It's not really like a... sorry. It's not really like a regular thing I'm planning to have. But it's nice to cover when new stuff comes out. And at the end of the day, we've got that much in the way of like UK stuff done. I'm genuinely starting to run out of UK routes. I've got a couple scenarios to do, but like still in like 2 or 3 weeks of content, and I'm saying to keep this going for years. So it's good to intermingle the American stuff now, rather than have like a 6-week period where I just do American stuff, because I'm out of British things to do. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be going into the southeast of England for a while, because I end up making some scenarios down there, and now that they've been featured by the my YouTube partner of choice, Dadrail, I can sort of do them myself now. So he streamed them the other day. I was so nervous. Like I was sitting there going, oh god, oh god, oh god, like because like it was secret. There's two scenarios he streamed. One was Charing Cross down to Orpington, and then Orpington back up to Victoria. Charing Cross to Orpington had been tested properly, make sure it worked. Orpington to Charing Cross, not tested. So Orpington to Victoria, not tested. I'd like done one test, made sure the AI didn't like shit itself basically, and it worked really fairly well. And there was a Steam Rail Tour service which was the wrong way, like when it goes in behind you instead of in front of you. But aside from that, it works. Like luckily, I don't think anyone in the stream chat noticed that wasn't supposed to work like that. Because why would you let a because basically the priority was a stopping passenger, Thameslink, Steam Rail Tour. In real terms, the rail tours run. The rail tour was a one priority train, therefore express passenger. In theory, Thameslink run under the 9 head code prefix, which is basically mainly to allow for pathing through the Thameslink core. It was a southbound Thameslink, so it wouldn't really be that affected. But also, a steam rail tour is not going to stop. Thameslink, known for stopping at every single bloody house. Just look at the length of that train. There's 71 wagons in this freight consist, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 71 freight wagons, 8 engines. Lol. So we're averaging under 10 cars per loco. This is why what TSW not all the locos are functioning, and because I know Train Sim does have compatibility, like you can specify. Oh no, that was just all SD70s on the front half. What about the back half of the train? So it is actually a train of SD70s. That's cool. So yeah, they are probably all working then. The reason I say that is when I was doing my test of this. Sorry, I'm just gonna when I was doing my when I was doing my sorry, I'm just being paranoid. What was my breaking point for 30? After helper siding, cool. Yeah, I think I'm coming up on the left. No, that's not it. No, it's not. So I spent most of today's bell. That was fun. Basically, it was Gator Comic Con. And to be honest, I'm glad I went. Like, there was one guy who was a bit of a dick to me on the way back. So, basically, Gator Comic Con is in like a events place. Now, the easiest way for me and my friend to get there was to go on the train down to Metro Centre, then walk through the Metro Centre and back. There was a guy in Marks and Spencer's in the Metro Centre being a dick, which I think is fairly uncommon. You know, Marks and Spencer's customers, okay, they're not known for being open-minded, already stereotypically, but overall, to me, are the kind of people who will go, I don't agree with you, but fuck it, I can't be bothered. No, I'm being paranoid and shutting off too early. Look, actually, I'll take notch 6. So it's this helper siding here. 500 yards after that, we need to be slowed down to 30. 3 and 0, 30. Throttle off. Now, what I'll do, what's that sign actually that we'll have a look at first? WVCS Summit, yes, Cajon Pass Summit. Alright, so we'll put a little bit of brake on. You can see we are, like, the speed's already decaying quite nicely, but it's just after this curve we want to be at 30. How crazy is that view, right? Now I'm going to put my rheostatic, my dynamic brake into setup. Thing's already released, I'm just coasting to it at this point. And what we'll do is we're going to just take notch 3 to get us warmed up. You can see we're in brake 3, but nothing's happening yet. There's our 30, we're at 26, which is great. Even though we are dropping down the hill now, and you can see rather steeply so, the acceleration was obviously, you know, is still being slowed. And that was in no small part due to the fact the back of the train's still going up the pass. You know, so that's always fun, right? So I'll just take notch 2 for now. Just I'd rather pick up a little bit of speed now, and then, yeah, get us up to like 27, 28, and then put it back in about notch 4 of brake. Maybe even 20. I'm going to do it at 26. I'm paranoid. This was the part of the run I've always found the hardest, and that's why I'm like. This will be fucking brilliant. In uncertain terms, this will be brilliant. Try to go for a sort of suitably deserty weather here. Okay, and notch 6. Notch 4. In here, the actually, so yeah, we are probably going to have to step up one little bit further on the brake. Yep. So notch 5. Don't actually know why he does that. You can see the top of the train is just coming down the descent now. Notch 5. 6. There we go. You can see an oil train coming up the pass the other way. It's interior crossing, so we have to do that. That is them's the rules. So we see the engines on the front? Nah. They're hidden. I think we've got distributed power, so it's almost a really long train, so he's got power units in the middle. So, yeah, basically, the Americans figured out if you get beyond a certain length of train, the couplers just can't take it anymore. So, as well as putting trains on the front and back, you've got to put them in the middle, or the couplers just detonate. Precision railroading, folks, you've got to love it. No, your contract says you will love it. Yeah, you can see the front of that oil train popping in and out. Or popping out, sorry. Which is a slight issue with TSWs at the moment, but it is what it is. You know. Notch 7. You can see the back of the trains passing those DP units. Bit of extra, you know. Yeah, so basically once we roll out the bottom here and we join back up to the main line, which is sort of here, the line speed goes back up, which is nice. On a somewhat interesting note, hopefully, I'm planning to do a slab model railway. So I've got a bit of scrap on my baseboard. That's fine, yeah. bit of scrap baseboard left. So it's not going to be powered, or if I do power it, it'll be like just so I can get like DCC functions. So I can like sit like a train there and just have it like make noises basically. Make noises. Um, the National Park Service social media is great. Sorry, but no. So, like just purely so I can like put my locos on it, especially for like reviews and stuff. I think it's just nice to not have to hold stuff and like do it like that, and just actually like have a nice professional looking background. Crap. I got ahead of me. You see nothing? You can't see that. Look, there you go. Definitely, it says definitely a zero there. I don't care what you think. Definitely a zero. Oh shit, it's 34. Ah. I mean, we are in full rheostatic braking now. Or full dynamic braking. You can see another container train climbing up the pass there. Which looks absolutely great. I love the double stack containers. Home Pass is definitely somewhere I'd like to visit in the IRLs. Look, we knew there was going to be a speeding incident, but frankly, none of you are watching at this point. If you are, comment. We know. Just we know, that's all I need. What I'll do is go 6. No, 7. I want to keep the speed decaying a bit. When we go through the speed limit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out the dynamic braking, just to let you see how much noise it makes. We'll go 5. Just set that speed build back up a bit. You can see we the other line's going to go over us momentarily, and then drop down the side of us. Yeah, so I'm not sure what else to talk about now. I'm running out of things to talk about. We should be there soon. So it's actually quite handy, the brake arrangement on a standard keyboard. So full stop and comma is dynamics. Semicolon and colon is train brake, and then square brackets is independent. So it does actually make sense once you learn that. So in case by the way, in case you're wondering how to get the safety systems on, only safety system simulated is the alerter, which is obviously when you see the alert thing flash up there, and I press it, it goes away in there. This is our increased speed now. You can see our line speed goes up to 50. But again, we're going to travel 1.2 miles, so about 4 minutes before that starts applying to us. And I just absolutely love auto racks. In case you're wondering how an auto rack worked, we'll have to do it on the engine. I'm sorry. Little latch. Yeah, we'll do it at a stand in the yard at some point. But yeah. Bumps. I'm also conscious that I drove an SD70 for my first route learning video, like American Freight route learning video. And I'm now just like, yeah, but it's the new hotness, is the SD70, I guess. It's the new hotness. It's great though that we descended that entire pass without using any air brake, and without really speeding much. You can see that the last wagons obviously popped out there, and that's just because of our LOD distance on these. I wish that was longer. So LOD is LOD, level of detail distance. So the wagon will be there, but it'll be like a little cube to reduce the polygon count. See, arguably, the entire train, as far as we can see it, is past the speed point, but the rear of the train isn't. Wow, so notch 5 is slowing us down at this point. That's great. So we'll go notch 3. In fact, what I'll do, since we've got a bit of speed... How cool does that sound? Then we'll go notch 3. Notch 4. I love that noise. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap, crap, crap. Notch 7. Notch 6. So yeah, now that we're on the straightaway, basically, we can do... can run at a decent pace. So I've just got mine hair stuck in my head at the moment. Mine. So yeah, one of the songs in mine from the musical Cabaret is Mine Hair, and one of the lines is bye mine Lieber Herr. Every time I hear that, I think Liebherr like construction machinery. So I'm like bye mine crane. Yeah. This is the kind of humour you come here for. Let's have a look where we are. So you can see we've just got these straightaways to do. Basically, we dispose of the train about sort of here. That's the bottom of the pass for us. stand up and sit down. I've done that, haven't I? There we go. Sorry, I just there's times I can confuse myself. Back of the train. Yep, it's past the point now, just about. So this is a 45 that we're in now. But look at that, this just shows if you lose control of one of these things on this pass, the acceleration is crazy. I mean, we're doing 42 already. So just there's a food truck there, so I'm just like, honk honk! Like, to obviously go and sit there if you're a rail fan. You just would. It's just the thing you would do. So yeah, I'll let us speed a little bit there, just to demonstrate how quickly these things can get out of hand, which is why you've got to pay so much attention when you're in a heavy train. And I think this is one of the arguments with sort of precision railroading in the US is it's it's a profit drive, obviously. And yeah. This thing is there's whilst in theory, providing your goods loops are the right length, and your signalling sections are the right length, you can make a freight train as long as you like. Oh god, sorry about that. I just coughed in it. Oh, went a bit gross. With that, I apologise for a smell that you can't smell, and a burp you probably couldn't even hear. But yeah. Yeah. 45. So yeah, I'm going to go back into about notch 7 and brake now. Notch 7 slowly decays the speed, which is good. Turn our bell off because we don't need that for now. Looks absolutely gorgeous, this train. Snaking down the drivable riverbed here. So yeah, Cajon Pass. I always thought it was Cajun Pass because I had no idea how to do American pronunciation. Cajon Pass is a mountain pass between San Bernardino Mountains and San Gabriel Mountains in Southern California. So yeah, so San Bernardino is sort of east of LA. And where have we come from? We've seen sort of Victorville and stuff, haven't we? Barstow, yes. So you run sort of Victorville, Barstow, through the really hilly bits. And then San Bernardino. So basically the area we're running through right now, to sort of LA, is in that general direction. I now understand this geography a lot better, actually. It's always nice to sort of quickly Google. Yeah, so sort of coming from the deserty bit of California into the what should be a desert, but we decided it wasn't going to be a desert anymore, so lol. Bit of California. I'm running out of brain cells. Although I am rather proud of myself that I've not had an energy drink today. Oh crap. You can tell my concentration's going. And I'm just like, I refuse to use air brakes. What the hell is that coming towards us? Huh, great. So, apparently the substitution's still broken. We're getting a Clinchfield F7. Oh well. Give him a wave. Just shows how crazy big these things are, though. Like, I always think of F7s as being massive. They're not. Like, we were looking down into his cab. Yeah, you can see we are just like 35. Yeah, 35, 35. Yeah. So you can see we're nearly there. I mean, 29.2 miles and about 5 miles. So you know. Crazy that like we've passed that manifest train. In the back of, oh no, I was gonna say it has passed the back of our train. Sorry, I was being thinking there. Wonderful. So an emergency braking. That's, to be honest, I'm going to argue that would be an error, but that's just an annoying sound. Gonna have to wait for the train to stop, but it just shows, even with air brakes on, this is full air braking. I apologise for that noise profusely, guys. That is really annoying. I'll just mute my headset. Even with full air braking on, it is such a challenge to stop these things. Do it. Let's rag it. We're going up to 40. I'm gonna say that was a fault with the DSD because that went from nothing to kicking off at me. This thing gets up and goes. I mean, I'm in full power and we're going down a rather, yeah, 2% slope is rather steep in railway terms. But like, yeah. Right, I'm going to go idle power already. Oh shit. I think I'm going to use my air brakes. Move that into setup position. Just going to use air braking a little bit just to stop us accelerating too hard. No, okay. We'll use air braking. Need to drop that speed down. That full service is just holding our speed here. There we go. No, no, I don't want emergency. I didn't ask for emergency. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, great. Well, we're going to come to a stand again. Nope, we're just stuck in emergency braking now. Oh, the joys of a hypersensitive keyboard. Yeah, it's basically emergency dust. This is true emergency, so it's going to take us a while to pressurize the train now. It's broken the, basically, yeah, destroyed the brake pipe. You're going to hear systems kicking off now. Right. And back to close. That should do it, right? Yep, there we go. So you need that number, both those numbers to climb to 90, and we'll brake release again. Yeah, starting a down slope worse than before. So this is the train we're running. PH, about Phoenix, LA, C605 order rack from Phoenix to Los Angeles. So now the equalizing reservoirs thingy, and what we're doing now is basically air flowing right the way through the train to reach the brakes, and equalize the brake pipe pressure throughout. See, these aren't really cited to be read from the train, but we can do 45 once we pass this. What's 45 both ways, so it's a 45 reminder. My apologies. See if that helps the brake pressure generate flow any faster. I know on the not on the SD70, but on the AC44s and the S44s, you can play with the systems a bit and make the brakes discharge a bit faster. But yeah, You can see we're just waiting for that brake pipe pressure to discharge. Okay, if I rag it, will that help us move away? Apparently it will. Okay, we must be on not, you know, we must be on a downslope, but probably the rest of the train won't be, so it's anchoring us sufficiently. Put that into setup position, because I do not trust it. I do not trust the train. No, no, I do not. So yeah, that was, like I said, my apologies for that. I'm not sure what caused the, well, I think what's happened is my finger slipped and we've gone from full service into suppression or emergency, which is not recoverable on one of these without stopping. 35 is a good place to stay. 35 is a good speed to hang out at. And we'll now go whoop. Go notch 7. See what that looks like on speed. Okay, notch. Yeah, so we'll go notch 6 to 7. So let the speed decay to about 41 before I let it build back up. I want this to be positive, is what I'm keep reducing to 4. There we go. So it's a slight speed increase, but 1 mile an hour is basically got to give us a few minutes of cruising at 45. But actually, yeah, I'm going to let it just stay at that speed now. Because we did go through a 55 board, not that far back. And part of the perks of going through 55 means we can do 55. So yeah, that. And it's about here that we get the permission to do it. So I'm just going to say let it smash, and yeah. There we go. I should go set up for it for now. And again, back to notch 6, probably with braking now. And the thing is, this is, you know, in a way, the best way to decelerate myself, because as soon as I use air braking, the train won't wear it. It just won't wear it. And yeah. You see, we are now getting closer. You've got the straightaways here. In this area, we slowed to a 50, and then a 30 around the bottom here, into the yards. Yes, so this is the 50 corner. So yeah, the on the left there is a gas station called Preferred Pump. I know where my pump's from. Do you know, I go, fucking weird. Stop doing it, Emily. There should be a Home Depot as well. I'm just looking at Google Maps because I found this curve on there. Although there isn't in and out on the curve where we start at 30, I may just send the helper over there. So what you got, the helper, dude? You go and get the in and out. It's the slope here, 1.2. The train coast for a bit. Quick though. Yeah, we're going to be snaking over here. So yeah, this is our 30 here. Should just be able to break it to 30 on dynamics, and then, yeah. Honestly, I let that get away from me a bit there. I wasn't paying too much attention. Oops. So yeah, I'm going to sneak into the yard at slow speed, but I'm going to put a bit of power on, build us up to 30. You want to see a magic trick? See our guy? Where's his guy gone? It's one of the errors in TSW, TSW, or one of the, not an error really, but one of the glitches almost. It feels like where you load in and the guy is just like looking completely different to what he did. Basically, because you go to the other end of the train, it reloads the train. At one point, it would change your numbers as well, but they seem to have fixed that. So we've been 8479. BNSF 8479 pulling in to Boston Yard. So it'll be no, BNSF 4789, PHX LAC. So what? Victor. Yeah. So V is the symbol for the train. So V is obviously going to be Order X on BNSF. It does vary, and the symbol basically dictates your priority, what the priority you have over the trains. So yeah. So you got some intermodal stuff over there. This will be like where intermodal stuff will get offloaded to go to Los Angeles. And then you got some Bernardino station there as well. You do occasionally get these sort of visual artifacting happening. Hmm. I do hope we get like a proper branded container set one day. Like even as a mod, that would be cool. I end up using the FSA wagons a lot in TS for the strength of the containers on them look the part. They might not be the right shape, like the frames may not be the right shape, but the containers look the part. Therefore, I like it. So we've now come off the downslope, so I'll just use notch 2 to keep us moving. You can see the speed was decaying there, so... It's absolutely glorious today. I'll go power off, and just coast it around. Just stop up around the corner here. Got some SD40s sitting there in the R for the switches. Anyway, folks, I'm going to outro the video now because we're just going to come to a stand at the end of this row of trains. So thank you, folks, for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. Like I say, I'm going to pull the train in here and park it up. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Like I say, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. We are so close to 250 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy. Let's see, are we at it yet? We're 249 as of recording. So who knows? You could be our 250th subscriber. Be great fun. Yeah, like the no, I'm honestly really like pleased with how my YouTube channel's been doing lately. Like, we've got a lot more DCS content coming up. That seems to do really well. I'm working on train sim stuff like day by day at the moment, but we've got some DCS videos coming up next week. Which aircraft carrier is the quickest, and which aircraft carrier launches its aircraft the quickest. Rheinstrecker meins Koblenz as a passenger. Hornet versus Super Hornet, which one's best in BVL? Why is HIMARS so good? Because we love playing with HIMARS. And HIMARS versus a Russian IADS, because that's always fun to look at. I do like those flat wagons. I think it's the fact that the sides are tapered makes them look really cool to me. I don't know why that was funny, but I guess I'm just doing nervous laughs now. Yeah, I guess they're steel flats, basically. Like the equivalent of BBAs on the UK rail network. Just checking out. We'll pull up under this bridge, I think. In fact, just like that, you can see our little marker there for where we should stop. It'll make some noise. So what I'll do when we pull up, pretty much when we go under this bridge here, I'm gonna smash the dynamic wide open, and then because the dynamic won't bring us to a stand, use the air brake for like the last 1 or 2 miles now. Prevents wear and tear or something. Right, there's the shadow coming over us. So should be fairly rapid, this deceleration. Like I say, it shouldn't really stop us because, you know, but it might. It did, near enough. Oh, actually 2.5 miles an hour. Yeah, well, I'm gonna end the scenario here, folks. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.